Sometimes there's a man perfectly suited for his time and place. Other times, there's a guy. Host and entrepreneur, culinary democratizer, mass wedding officiator, president, CEO, and mayor of Flavortown, USA. Guy Fieri is the rare multi-hyphenate celebrity accepted by seemingly every demo, immune to overexposure, and pretty much free of scandal. Oh God, I hope we didn't just jinx him. January 22nd, 1968. Guy Ramsey Fieri is born, weighing 8 pounds and 6 ounces with a full head of frosted tips in Columbus, Ohio. It's true, Guy wasn't born Fieri, but in some ways it is his real name. When Guy's grandfather immigrated from Italy to the US, he changed his last name from Fieri to Fieri, and later in life, Guy took it back. In the early 70s, the Fieri fam moved to Ferndale, a rural beach town in Northern California. By 6th grade, Guy ventures into the food industry with a small pretzel cart he opened after becoming enamored with soft pretzels on a family trip to Tahoe. And young Guy earned so much scratch slinging pretzels and working other odd jobs over the next few years. By 16, he saves enough money to go to Chantilly, France to study cooking. Viva les donkeys! Before returning to the States to get his college degree at the University of Nevada in hospitality. In the early 90s, Guy is a successful restaurant manager at Luis's Trattoria. He meets his wife Lori after he lays off one of her best friends, and she came in and basically yelled at him. What a meet cute! By the mid-90s, Guy and Lori are married. Guy Fieri officially changes his name to Guy Fieri, and he and his business partner open their own restaurant, Johnny Garlic's, in Santa Rosa, California. They end up opening 2 more locations of Johnny Garlic's and a Southern BBQ sushi mashup called Tex Wasabi soon after. Around this time, Guy won a contest to meet Van Halen singer Sammy Hagar and presented the Red Rocker with a guitar topped with sushi rolls, launching a long-standing friendship that we'll get into in a minute. In 2001, Guy has his first foray into television as a spokesperson for Flowmaster Mufflers, and we can start to see his on-screen personality take shape. By 2005, Guy was a successful restaurateur with a classic car collection and famous friends, but his career was just really getting started. His friends and colleagues encouraged Fieri to enter season 2 of the next Food Network star, which he won, obviously. In 2006, Guy's Big Bite premiered on the Food Network, which basically consisted of Guy and his friends talking closely over grilled meat. In 2007, Guy's Big Bite was so well received, the Food Network greenlit another show with Fieri called Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. If you've been in a coma for the past 15 years, first off, welcome back! And secondly, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives is one of the most popular food shows of all time, featuring Guy traveling across the country visiting small restaurants that might have commonly been overlooked by traditional food media. The show is a wild success, running 33 seasons and counting, birthed multiple cookbooks, and is beloved by a legion of loyal fans who obsessively track and visit the spots Guy highlights on his show. From here, the legend of Guy Fieri expands, and he's seemingly on TV more than Ryan Seacrest. Guy's Grocery Games, Guy Fieri's Roadshow, Guy's Family Reunion, Guy's Family Cruise, Guy and Hunter's European Vacation. These are just some of the TV ventures Mr. Fieri has launched over the years, and his influence permeates all levels of pop culture, as Melissa McCarthy notably bases her iconic Bridesmaids character on Fieri's larger-than-life TV personality. However, there were some members of the food world immune to Guy's deep-fried charm. In 2012, New York Times legendary restaurant critic Pete Wells notably torched Guy's American Grill in Times Square, and fellow food celebrity Anthony Bourdain voices his distaste for Fieri, saying, "I look at Guy Fieri and I just think, Jesus, I'm glad that's not me," among many other public insults. In 2015, after Florida legalizes same-sex marriage, Guy Fieri plans and helps officiate the unions of of 101 same-sex marriages at a mass wedding in Miami. In 2017, thousands of revelers dressed like Guy hit the streets for FieriCon, an unofficial bar crawl dedicated to the legend of Guy. In 2019, Guy gets his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame with an induction speech courtesy of his close friend Matthew McConaughey. All right, you get it. In 2020, during the first few months of the pandemic, Fieri starts the Restaurant Employee Relief Fund, which raised more than $21 million for restaurant workers. And in 2021, Fieri and Sammy Hagar celebrate their tequila brand Santo and Thrillist's second annual Fast Food Awards by playing a fast food themed drinking game. Link in the description. At any rate, we salute you, Guy Fieri, for being a TV host that transcends food, a choice Halloween costume inspiration, and an individual that by all accounts has tried to pay it forward whenever he can. If we were all just a little more like Guy Fieri, the world might in fact be a better place. Hey y'all, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and comment on what you want us to cover next. We might not actually do it, but we'll definitely read the comment. Thanks!